When managing Oracle databases, exporting data cleanly and consistently is essential, especially when dealing with large schemas or automation workflows. Using a parameter file with the command expdp, which stands for export data pump, simplifies your command line and improves readability and makes your exports reproducible. What we will see in this tutorial is the following: how to create a data pump directory, how to write a parameter file for schema export, how to run the export using the command expdp, and how to structure your script. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to create our data pump directory. So let's do it. The command for this is the following: create or replace directory and the name of your directory. I can call it uh, dp dump dir as, and then the path, which is for me u01 app oracle backups. And you can make sure that this path exists by doing ls for your path. So hit enter and the directory will be created. For me here, it's saying that Oracle is not available, which means that I need to start up my uh, Oracle database. So I will do just that. Let's also change the container to be our ORCL PDB pluggable database. So to do that, type alter session set container equals ORCL PDB. Hit enter and session is altered. Next, we need to open our pluggable database with the command alter pluggable database and then the name RCLPDB and then the keyword open. Now that our pluggable database is open, let's create the directory dp-dump-dir, and it is created. Under my backups directory, I'm going to create a file called export orclpdb.par. And then in this file, I'm going to put the following parameters. So the first parameter in my file is the directory, which we just created, data pump dir. Next is the dump file, which is the name of the file, or that will be a result of the export with the extension .dmp. And the %u parameter here enables parallel dump files. The schemas parameter specifies which schema or schemas we want to export. We can have multiple schemas, and we will be back to this parameter in a second. The parallel parameter speeds up export using multiple threads. So we are putting here parallel equals to 2. We can have it more than that. And the optional parameter job name is useful for monitoring this job of export. Now, in order to set the schemas parameter, I need to go to SQL Plus and find out what schemas I have in my ORCL PDB pluggable database. So to do that, I can use the command select username from DBA users and order by username. And this is all the schemas I have in my pluggable database, including the schemas maintained by Oracle. But there is a way to show the schemas that are not maintained by Oracle, and the command for this is the following. So the command is select username from DBA users where Oracle maintained equals no. So any schema not maintained by Oracle, which is created by ourselves. And then we order by username, and I have three. I have CO, HR, and PDB admin. So in my parameter file, I will choose to export these two schemas, CO and HR. And normally CO stands for customer orders and HR stands for human resources. And these are sample schemas provided by Oracle. Going back to my parameter file, going back to the line where it says schemas, I'm going to say here HR, comma, CO. So this is how you set your parameter file. Now I need to save this, so hit escape and then colon, write and quit. Now let's try our export data pump command. And just before doing that, I added this first line here, which specifies which pluggable database we are going to be working on. So it's service name, service underscore name equals, and the name of your pluggable database. So now we should be able to run our command. So the command is expdp username slash password. I can add here at the pluggable database, but I don't have to because it's in the parameter file. And then the parameter file and the path plus the name of my parameter file. Let's hit enter and see what we get. I'm seeing connected here, which is a good sign. It means that it was able to connect to the pluggable database. It's telling me here that it cannot find the schemas HR and CO. So let's try again with specifying the connection to the pluggable database. So I'm going to say here at ORCL PDB. Let's try it like this and see if it works. And now, as you can see, it's working and it's starting the export of the objects, the different types of objects like tables, procedures, views. Now it's going to the schema custom orders and then the schema HR. And as you can see here, some tables of the custom orders schema like inventory orders, order items, products, etc. And for HR, we have countries, departments, employees, and so on. We have two dump files generated here, ORCL export 01 and ORCL export 02. And as you can see, the job has completed successfully. Let's do ls in the current directory because the files are in the current directory that I am in, which is the same as this one. So if I do ls, what would I see here? I prefer it like this. So these are the files that I have. So this is my par file, this is my log file, and these are the two export dump files. If we have a look into the log file, you find the same, almost the same output we had on the screen. If we want to look at it again. Now that we have built a clean export workflow, we can wrap it in cron jobs as we have seen in previous videos, or we can use Ansible playbooks. Now that you are able to do data pump exports or imports with parameter files, in the parameter files, you can have plenty of options like include or exclude, which define what objects you want to include or exclude in your data pump import or export. You can add, for example, an option to say content equals data only. This is to specify that you want only to export data, and so on and so forth. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.